Star Wars Geek Girl. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. As usual, I'm here with Lizzie.
Yeah!
And we are going to talk about some Maul Shadow Lord. It is also Mandalorian Grogu week, obviously.
Yay!
Yay! It's a good time to like Star Wars. But we were very busy. I was in Pennsylvania for a little bit, so we're finally able to talk about Maul.
Yay!
So I guess because we didn't really get to talk about much of the latter half of the season. So I guess kind of obviously this is going to be a pretty finale heavy episode, and I'm sure everyone's seen it already. But just maybe not necessarily fully spoiler free, but just general thoughts on the show on season 1 of Maul Shadow Lord.
I really loved it. I even have people coming up to me. I kind of talked about it before, where people just being like, "Is it even good? Disney just ruins everything." But I even had those people come up to me and be like, "Oh my god, Maul is just so peak. Oh my god, it's so good," and it is really good. I like it a lot. I like how it kind of touches into Maul's past ish, and I'm starting to like Devin a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how they did just her was it just her character and how things kind of happen, and it just makes sense. It's not
Mm-hmm.
nothing felt super forced. Everything flowed very nicely throughout the show and then into the finale.
Yeah. No, totally agree. I think in a sense, I don't want to say it didn't surprise me. There were things that surprised me about the finale of season 1, but in a broad sense, it kind of a lot of things kind of happened, things that I expected to happen happened, but it
Mm-hmm.
not in a way where I was so predictable, in a way where it this works, this really feels like what you've been building up to, and it makes sense, everything landed, the puzzle pieces all fit.
Mm-hmm.
um and I really enjoyed it. I love the story it was trying to tell, where he still kept those themes of Star Wars, right? They're still there of hope and goodness and selflessness, but then this is a darker story. This is a Maul story, so it's what about when you have a character who is at odds with those themes, and it's clawing away from those themes and telling that story while still thematically fitting into the mythos. um I think worked very, very well.
Yeah, it's also first season. So sometimes the heavier stuff happens in the first season, and I'm sad about it. I'm sad about a lot of things in this finale, but I'm just kind of hoping that in the end things will get better and we'll figure out how that goes.
Sorry, roommate's dog barking, if you can hear that.
Dean.
Dean, Dean Machine. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I agree. There's a lot to be. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, there's a lot to touch up on, and I'm really excited because it's just this show is really good. I as much as like you kind of hate and love Maul, I'm really excited to know more and then see what his plans are and see how he interacts more with Devin and like how Devin is reacting to everything again. Um but I think that's as spoiler free as I can get before getting into actual things. I love it. It's very weirdly refreshing as I love edgy stuff, so it's like I love its cat and her whole story of becoming like just growing up in a place where she like growing up in a place where she's kind of forced to be adaptable, I guess. So I'm really excited. I'm very excited for the rest of the show. And just to talk about the finale.
Yeah, we can definitely get into some spoilers, I think. But yes, I'm very excited for where the show goes. We know we're getting a season 2,
Yay!
and I loved season 1 and all of the characters and everything.
Yippee!
Okay, we're diving into spoilers. So I know it's been a little while. If you have not caught up on Maul Shadow Lord,
Do it.
go watch it, and then you can come back and listen to what we think.
Yay! Ow. Sorry.
What did you
Where did we leave off? I don't entirely remember.
I believe we left off on episode 4. We don't have to go through
Jesus Christ.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, well, whose phone was that? Just kidding.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm trying to convert to the AM crew, okay? I'm trying my best.
I know. And I appreciate it.
Once that happens, it's like no one can stop us from podcasting. And I'm driving, so it's not like I have to wait for anyone. I just drive home. Oh my god, this is peak. Okay. I'm like I'm putting it out in the world so I can be AM. It's
Yes.
so much better.
Yes.
So much better.
Yeah, I believe we have not been able to talk about any of the Inquisitor stuff. That's where we left off, was before the Inquisitors show up.
So okay. This is a little later, but I hate when the Inquisitors are fighting Maul. And like Maul's like OG evil, and these guys are like new gen evil. I'm new gen, you know? So like every time they think they got Maul, they'll like put out their saber and like make it automatically spin. That stuff pissed me off. It pissed me off because I was like, you're not even doing it. And like Maul's doing it so much better than you.
No, it's so funny that first like the train fight with Maul, Devin, and Merrick, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And Merrick does his little spin thing, and Maul just like looks at him with kind of disgust.
Yeah.
And then spins his lightsaber like authentically.
Yeah, it's like no, I was gonna try to see like how it would be like culinary wise. Like I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I guess it could be like so like in the TikTok shop, they always have like this like useless like plastic stuff that they want to sell everyone. They're like, do you hate tying your shoes? Like basic things possible, and they're selling it for a lot, or just in general. Like there was one where it was like a cat treat, and it was like it was a spoon. You put the cat treat, like the churro, like the squeezables, put it on there, and then you squeeze it onto the spoon. Are you dumb? I don't need that. What are you talking about? Like, it's dumb. But anyway, old gen, new gen.
Yeah. That was really funny. And all the lightsaber fights in this show are just peak. So good.
Yeah.
No, I loved all the Inquisitor stuff. I love Merrick, and then the Crow Inquisitor were both really well utilized.
Reaper.
Because it's really funny because both those Inquisitors were made to be killed by Ahsoka.
Yeah,
in Tales of the Jedi and in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to be like, let's see what else they can do besides get killed by Ahsoka.
Yeah. My dad was talking about how he was getting frustrated because he was like, just kill them. Like, Maul, you're better than this. But I was like, they have plot armor. They can't get killed right now. Not yet. But also Maul's kind of like in a lot of pain, and Maul's like dying.
Yeah, well, because in like that first lightsaber fight with Iko and Devin and Maul, Iko kicked his leg, and then that affects him throughout the entire rest of the show.
Yeah,
like we see Icarus and Scorn like fix his leg, but he never like fully gets it back. Like we see it still bothering him, which I think was like a really cool detail.
Yeah,
to, like,
I mean,
pay attention to.
Just in general of like him, like being so bothered
Yeah.
all of the time, and just the fact that he is like this super cool, like very powerful, like evil person, but he's also like got his own little weaknesses that he can't help at this
Yeah.
point.
I'm trying
Uh
to remember because we don't have to talk about everything like in order. I don't
yeah.
think.
I like so I don't remember if we talked about it, but like I liked Devin and Diodaki going to the Lawson's house. And I love okay. Lawson is Hispanic, right? I
Mhm.
love him for that. And he reminds me of every Hispanic dad because cuz like the like one part where Devin's like going with oh what's the little kid's name? Riley. Riley. Riley? His son?
Yeah, Riley.
Yeah. He's going to like they're both going to the bedroom to like let the adults talk. And he's like, don't let her steal anything. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. And I like seeing Devin more in these situations. Like before when I was like, I don't really like her. Like it was like more like predictable kind of situations, but now she kind of has like this like spunky kind of like confident, like not attitude like bad attitude, but she has like a little bit of attitude, but not like a Ahsoka attitude. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm starting to really like her a lot.
Yeah.
Um like the whole scene where she's going to go get a car and like
Yeah.
all the dudes come up and she's like okay like beats them up and like takes the car. I love that.
I love that whole chase scene with her driving too. It was so
Mhm.
funny, and Brander Lawson is like terrified a little bit.
Backseat driving.
Yeah, and she's like, "I got it."
It's fine. Yeah, I love it. It's so funny. Um but yeah, and then Two Boots. I was very frustrated with Two Boots, which I feel rightfully so, you know?
Mhm.
But he's kind of starts to realize like, oh my god, because Riley gets captured. And so they take him to jail. And Two Boots is there and he no longer has boots. They made him take off his boots. And he was no
His
longer Two Boots.
boots. He was
Zero
no
boots.
boots.
No boots. I was gonna say something else, but I can't on here. Uh, but like that was so heartbreaking.
His
And then yeah, his
boots.
boots. And then like Riley gets interrogated by Reaper. And Reaper's tall. I don't know why, like I thought not like that he was short, but he literally does like the TikTok thing where it's guys like wanting to prove that they're tall. And like he goes like under the door frame and I was like, "Oh my god, why are you so tall? What the hell?"
Well, because we only really saw him next to Ahsoka in Tales
Yeah.
of the Jedi, who's at that point, like with Clone Wars, she's not like that tall. She doesn't really get
Yeah.
tall till Rebels.
Yeah, it's
So
true. It's true. But I was like, "Damn, I didn't know you were tall."
yeah.
Um so yeah, I thought that was cool and well, not cool cuz he gets tortured, but it's fine. He's
He's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
He's fine.
Two boots made up for it though. I mean,
Yeah,
not
he
really.
did.
He redeemed
Well,
himself a little bit.
yeah. He helped. He
He helped
finally realized like, "Oh crap." Because and
because they
that
took
was
away
the
his
part.
boots.
Yeah, and then like that was the part where it was like it's how I feel talking to certain people in real life being like, "No, dog, they literally did this thing." No, they didn't. That's not protocol. Well, dog. So, they don't follow protocol. What are you doing? What are you talking
And
about?
look. Two boots is a droid, right? Protocol's all he knows. What's your excuse?
Of course. On God, right? So, like, no bueno. But yeah, he's like, no, she needs to be like under custody, and he and the guy's like, she's dead. She's dead. What are you talking about? And then he rescues Riley and takes him to Lawson. And then he sticks around with them and stuff, and it's yeah. And then there's the whole car chase. Two Boots is killing people. Oh, I love the detail of when Riley gets a gun or a blaster and he puts it on stun.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but just
It's
that little detail.
very season 1 Ezra Bridger.
Yes.
With his little slingshot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's giving, yes. So I liked that a lot. Trying to think. Oh, Maul has a meeting with Crimson Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah. And they're talking to Voss, but not the cool Voss, the other Voss. And Voss wants to rescue Maul, but with the cost of Maul needs to kill the Crimson Dawn's boss and make Voss the boss.
Boss.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting that we get Crimson Dawn, because obviously we know when we get to like Solo, which is like probably like 7-8 years after this show, Maul is in charge of Crimson Dawn, and then Carrie kills Voss. So it's interesting to see, like, presumably in season 2 we're gonna get a lot of Maul doing Crimson Dawn stuff, and it makes me wonder, like, if we're going to get how much of a time jump we might have going into season 2. But then also, like, how many seasons will we get? Like, are we going to get into eventually Kira stuff? You know, are we going to eventually see like what exactly puts Maul on Malachor? You know?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting, like how far we go and see how long Devin lasts.
Yeah. I think she's a little bit doomed, unfortunately. Maybe not. I would hope not. You know, maybe she's not. But, you know, it's Star Wars. Everyone's a little doomed.
Yeah.
But maybe she's not doomed. But I do think before she dies, she will get a cool dark side outfit. And that's what matters.
Yeah. So that whole thing of her going into the dark side, I liked how they did it. So, like, she was already not questioning, but she was like, kind of like, well, he is right. Like, we need to figure it out. We need to like join together. We need to defeat the Empire and blah 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 blah. And then during the finale, we see Vader, which, like, if I had a nickel for every time Vader was in a finale, but but like this was like kind of sick. Okay, so like they go, so the cat robot dies.
Spybot
dies. I was so sad. He was definitely cat coded, and I loved him.
Yeah, no, everyone, dude, Maul, and that's the crazy part, is like going into season 1, like they have Crimson Dawn, but like everyone is left with nobody, right? Riley only has 2 boots. Devin has no one but Maul, which is not good.
They didn't show
that is not a position you want to be in.
Okay, so he's not
dead
I know. Yet.
I'm getting there. But like Devin only has Maul, which is not a position you want to be in.
No.
And Maul only has Devin. And you also don't want to be the only person that Maul has either. You really don't want to be near Maul.
No.
We're being serious.
Really.
But like we lost Brooke Cast. By the way, Vanessa Marshall, crazy death. Did you hear what she said the death was?
Yes, because what the hell, Vanessa?
He pulled the lungs out of her throat, Vanessa.
You think you know someone, and then they pull something like that. It's like, Vanessa, what? Are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, Vanessa, please talk to someone. That was crazy. But like we lost both Icarus and Scorn.
Yeah, that was so sad. Which was funny. I was watching those episodes with my dad, and I was like, one of those brothers gotta die. And he just like kind of gave me a side eye. And like I was like, one of them's gotta die. And then I was like, oh my god, both of them.
Yeah, dude, Icarus melted.
Yeah,
that was ridiculous. But so then it's also like so Brenda Lawson's not dead.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
because this
Also,
show, like Star Wars,
Icarus
I feel like
burning
like
up.
Star Wars animation in
That's
general
kind of
doesn't.
sick.
Star Wars animation in general doesn't really shy away from showing us bodies.
Mm-hmm.
At least
We
not
just
since
watched someone burn alive.
like I've been
honestly.
watching Clone Wars and I'm like, wow, they like I've been watching with my girlfriend and and we were watching the Wookiee hunt episodes and the one Trandoshan like falls off the tree and like gets impaled on like a spike.
Yeah.
And I gasped and she was like
Well,
and
that was when they're hunting the.
yeah,
the
and I
Padawan.
gasped, and she was like, "Haven't you seen this a bunch of times?" I was like, "Yeah, but I forgot that
I
like they
forgot!
show like the spike coming out of him, like they show it."
Zoe,
You
you're
know?
Riz. It's not giving. You need to act nonchalant. Okay?
I
Gotta be
know.
like, oh yeah, I've seen it so many times.
But that's like, and especially Maul. Like we saw Maul dismembering people every week for
Yeah.
this show. Like we
Mhm.
saw Icarus get melted. Like we saw Eco get stabbed. We saw Scorn get stabbed. Like we saw we didn't see Rook die, but we heard it. Vanessa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean. And so like Brander Lawson, we didn't see him fall down. He didn't even fall down. He just walked into the fog. He was standing. So that's not a dead man.
No,
and
no, no.
I stand by that. And I know who I am. I know I'm queen of denial.
Denial.
But Brandon Lawson is not dead.
Yeah, I don't think so. They wouldn't kill my Hispanic dad like that. No. But I thought the whole scene, like, again, I'm not a big fan of Vader, but I thought the like scene where it's like foggy and stuff, and like Rook Cass is like, "Oh, I'll go scout ahead," and they like pretty much disappear in the fog. You just hear screaming and stuff, and she gets dragged back, and I was like, "Oh my god, my god, I'm scared of Vader again. This is horrible." So that was
Vader was straight. He was like straight up Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, he was
in that last episode. And it worked really well. Like it was very like, oh yeah, Vader's scary.
Yeah, like I forget that Vader is just scary.
Because like I've been playing a little bit of the Fortnite Escape Vader game, and like Vader's kind of scary in that game mode. But like, because I was just playing it because I was like trying to do challenges, so I had to play it a bunch of times. And like at a certain point, you're like, this guy.
Yeah.
But then in Maul, it's like, oh, he's terrifying. I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like it. So they go and they're doing the thing, and the Maul and Diodaki are fighting Vader, and then Devin is fighting the Inquisitors. She's holding it down really good. But later when like Maul is with Diodaki, I thought that when he was looking back, I thought it was just because he was gonna go help Devin.
Mm-hmm.
But then he shoves Diodaki, and I was like, "What the hell? What?" Like, and Lawson sees it all.
Yeah, and so that's another reason why I think Lawson's alive, because he's the only one that knows what Maul did.
Yeah, because Devin doesn't really know that he kind of just abandoned her master.
He didn't even abandon him. He sabotaged him.
Yeah,
and like
left him.
And like Iko Diodaki was not winning that fight.
No, none of them.
But like you don't have to kick the man, Maul.
Yeah.
Come on, or force push him.
Yeah, no, that was horrible, and I was definitely sad and just like, oh, Maul, like you were not like, doing great, but like you were like helping people, like you were like, it was a whole thing where he was like letting people go first. You know, he was like I thought, not that he had a change of heart for sure, but like I don't know, I thought like he did see them as allies.
He's trying,
I guess. I was like, oh, okay. So I wonder if that's gonna come back to bite him, because Devin, kind of just thinks that her master died and nothing could have been done about it.
Well, yeah, and Yeah, and I wonder if like I mean I don't know, I'm just like kind of speculating here because we know where Maul ends up after this show, right? On Rebels, on Malachor.
Mm-hmm.
Back to not that Maul is like sane right now, but he's much more like collected than we've seen him. Like in Rebels, he is like a desperate like he's back. He's like kind of relapsed into wanting revenge on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because like in Clone Wars, like that's where he starts out, right? Is like desperate need for revenge against Obi-Wan, and then we see him kind of form and build something else through like the crime syndicates and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we get to Maul Shadow Lord in the beginning of the show. Like he is a sensible guy. Like he's taking his time on plans.
Yeah.
Like he's not really thought about Obi-Wan. At least like to what we can see. And besides that one vision scene that was very cool.
Yeah.
But then like we know like he's gonna end up in Rebels and he's relapsed back into that part of himself, right? And so I wonder if we're going to have something where Devin being kind of now becoming what Maul used to be, right? She's angry, she's emotional, she's very volatile and desperate for revenge as well. And I wonder if Maul now, like she and Maul are kind of all they have, if Maul will kind of feed off of that energy from her and kind of himself. Like people sometimes they talk about the dark side as an addiction, and if he will kind of relapse into that, feeding off of her, and then maybe losing her, whether it's she finds out the truth of what he did and walks away, or something happens to her, or both, if that will push him into becoming the crazy old man on Malachor in Rebels.
Then she would probably have to stick around for a lot longer then. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be immediately before that. Like, it could be a more gradual thing. But, because, I mean, I don't think they've given us an exact timeline on Maul, or on Maul Shadow Lord, but we're probably, I would say, we're probably like 12-ish years, I would think. 12, 13 years from Maul and Rebels in season 2. So it could be a good bit. Yeah, I don't know. And we also don't know how long. Like he could have been on Malachor for like a while. Like he could have been on Malachor for a good couple of years.
That's true.
Because he's at about 5 years before that in Solo. He's in charge of Crimson Dawn still, so he could have been on Malachor for like 3-4 years.
That's true.
I have no idea. I'm just kind of spitballing like where I think this might go. I'm also really intrigued. Like we're talking a lot about obviously Devin like falling to the dark side as like a former Jedi and like a Force sensitive person. I'm interested in seeing if we'll get something similar with Riley. Because Riley is also in that really vulnerable state. Especially like for Riley, like Devin was raised as a Jedi. She experienced the Clone Wars, and then she experienced Order 66, and was like she's very like into this kind of like world. Riley like was a kid that played sports.
So I wonder if
very normal kid, and this is like
more normal.
huge thing for him, because like Riley's going from the trauma of Order 66 directly into this. Riley's going from nothing to this, and that's a very steep fall. Versus, I don't want to say like it wasn't a steep fall for Devin either, but like she's I guess used to trauma, which doesn't make it better. But I'm interested to see how Riley handles this with no like basis for this kind of trauma in his life.
Yeah.
And he at least has 2 boots. But the only like adults around are Dryden Voss, Darth Maul, and Vario. Which is not good.
No, not really.
So I'm curious to see where things go for Riley. Like I wonder if it'll be like Devin will be his apprentice for like the Sith stuff and the dark side stuff, and then Riley will be his apprentice for like the criminal stuff. And if we'll see Riley kind of fall into this criminal underworld.
Why? Because he's Mexican?
Okay.
Yeah. No, don't do that to my boy.
But then also, like, at the same time, it's like, would Two Boots be trying to keep him out of that? Would Two Boots try to be the
Mm.
influence? And then if Lawson does come back and reunite with him, like what that interaction would look like with a changed Riley,
Mm. I don't know, but you're making me scared. You're making me scared.
I'm just complaining. It's also, I don't know, have you read any of the Shadow of Maul comics? There's like 3 of them out.
No.
They're about Brandon Lawson,
Ah.
mostly. Yeah, he's really sexy in the comics too,
Oh my
not just
God.
in the show. But where was I going? I forgot. I was thinking about Lawson. But like, there's a relationship.
Thinking about sexy Lawson, I guess.
There's a relationship between Lawson and Vario, especially in this latest issue that came out like last week. That does kind of intrigue me because we see it in the show too. Like, there's clearly like, obviously they're on opposite sides of the law, but there's clearly like between Vario and Lawson, like this, especially from Vario towards Lawson, like this kind of grudging respect towards him. That Maul, kind of the same relationship that Maul had to Iko Diodaki. And I'm curious to see like if because of that, Vario will have a soft spot for Riley and try to like kind of take care of him in his own weird little way. Sort of like how obviously it's a different relationship, but sort of like how like Kira is trying in Solo is trying to keep Han away from the syndicates and like try to push him out of that underworld life. I wonder if we could see Vario, despite herself being so trenched into it, and I wonder if we could almost see something like that with Vario and Riley.
That would be interesting.
I don't know. There's so many places it could go. I'm so excited. I love when Star Wars gets my wheels turning like this.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't have the imagination for it. I just wait. I just wait patiently, and I think a little bit, and then I'm like, wow, you guys nailed this with whatever direction that they go in. Pretty much just yeah, that's good, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I mean, the lightsaber fights, the animation style, like the art style, looks amazing as always. In every episode.
Oh my God, he did the thing, the thing.
Oh yeah.
That
he did the
had
spinny.
me hollering when I was watching that. I didn't mean to, but it was so like out of nowhere, in my opinion, that he like did it. He did the spin and the scream. I started laughing so hard. I was like, why? What happened? What did I miss? But I thought it was silly. I think and my dad was like, no, the screen powers it. You gotta do the screen. I was like, you're so right.
You have to do it. I also really I loved a lot of the little like mannerisms that Merrick and Crow had. Like, neither of them had a ton of dialogue, but like I loved the one scene where they're like walking to the stormtroopers, and Merrick he kind of gets in the one's face and is like inspecting him, and it's just like really weird and funny. And I just loved how much like character those two Inquisitors had, because like they were both previously like stock Inquisitors made for Ahsoka to kill and other things, and so it's really fun to get them to like get to have some really awesome lightsaber fights and to have some like personality and quirkiness to them that I liked. I also like the whole like set piece with the acid river was very, very cool, and I love that lightsaber fight as well, especially that one frame where they like all lock sabers for a second, like in sync. Coolest ever.
Yeah. I like the like noises that his lightsaber makes. Maul's.
Yeah. That's Sam Witwer in there.
I saw this. I know, but I saw this video on TikTok that was like the funniest. It was just Sam Witwer, and he's in like a room, and he's like, Kenobi, get out now. But like it completely cuts out, and it's just it's so funny. But yeah, I like the fight scene. I like how Vader's just like bashing on him. He doesn't even like do anything. He just is like using one hand and using his saber like a hammer. So frustrating.
Yeah. No, they get creative when they're fighting in the show. It's really great. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, I loved this season. It was truly phenomenal. I'm so excited to see where we go next in season 2, and hopefully 5 Maulillion more seasons. Maulian. 5 Maulbillion.
Maultrillion. Yeah. I'm excited for the new seasons. I will be there. I will like I fell off a little bit because Disney Plus was like, this is not your account. And I was like, yes it is. Yes it is. I'm just sharing it with the whole family. That's an hour away. It's not even like we're across like the country. Come on. So then I had to just like, I have it on my iPad because it's like, oh, thanks for logging into your mobile device. I'm like, how does that make sense? But whatever. So I now just watch it on my little iPad.
Yay! Yeah, really fun. I also want to say that I did get to go to the finale screening on May 4th on the Disney lot. I brought my friend Bree. It was very, very cool. So thank you so much to Star Wars for sending me that invite. It was awesome. There's some videos on it that Star Wars posted, but there was a really cool like Q&A after the screening with like Dave and David W. Collins and Sam Witwer and Matt Mitchenvis and Brad Rao was the Q&A panel, which was really fun. They had some really good insight. Like Dave talked about like Iko Diodaki's philosophy being like, you know, eventually vindicated by Star Wars, but in this show it doesn't seem like it yet, and trying to hold on to that hope, which I thought was cool. And they talk about Spybot and Rook. But my favorite moment from that little panel, it wasn't even like a Maul moment. It was when they're talking about killing characters and like, you know, making sure it feels worth it and all that. And Dave brought up tech unprompted. He was like, yeah, like tech. And when he says tech, the entire audience is like, oh, like, and Dave's like, what? And David W. Collins, who was moderating, is like, come on, Dave, you can't do that. D. Bradley Baker's right there. And Dave goes, he'll always have another clone to voice.
Yeah.
Which is true, and I thought it was really funny.
Silly. I was just like, damn, I thought bro was alive.
He, you know, if maybe Brander Lawson will come back and he's like, oh,
look who I
met this guy.
His name is Tech.
I met this really nice man.
He's super cool and chill. Not a scratch on him.
He needs his glasses though. He can't see. Anyone have compare glasses? Yeah. So that was fun. Do you have anything else about Maul?
I do not think so.
Okay, then I think we're good. Really quick, a few other Star Wars things. Mandalorian and Grogu comes out, when we're recording this, comes out in 2 days, which is very exciting.
Yay!
I did get to visit IMAX and watch the movie on Sunday. Which was, it's so much fun. I adored it. Please go see it. You'll have a blast, especially if you can go see it in IMAX. There's so much like visually I think that IMAX was fantastic for. Also, if you want to get a little preview of the movie, go to Fortnite for the Mandalorian and Grogu watch party island. You can watch the first 10 minutes. Which also, like, even just like if you've already seen, like, because I did that like 25-minute preview around the country, if you've already seen that, I would still go to the watch party island, because like I was expecting it to be like the Tales of the Underworld one, where it's like pretty much the whole thing is just watching the show. But they have like a fully built out like Navarro map, and you can do like, you can like talk to people, you can do quests for different characters. There's like a pit fighting arena where you can PvP with other players. There's like bounties. There's like Imperial attacks to defend Navarro from.
Jeez.
You can like trade things with Jawas.
Damn.
You can do missions for IG-11.
Damn.
Like, and you can just like explore, and it's like you can go to all these places that were in the show. Like you can go to the like little office of the client in like the first couple episodes. You can go see the statue of IG-11, or go to like the lava rivers underneath, or like the school, like the little school, or
Jesus
Grogu eats
Christ.
his cookies. You can go out and visit Din Djarin and Grogu at their little homestead. When you first log on, it like puts you on a transport to like go to the planet, and you can like walk around there. There's like a little shooting range, and they like play. There's like a really cute little video that plays at the beginning, like when you first get on a Navarro. It's just really cool. And there's Andellans. You can go talk to the Andellans. You can go crouch and go into their workshops. Like, it's a really cool map. And I think it's worth checking out. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was messing around with it a bit this morning. So yeah, go on Fortnite and go play the Mandalorian and Grogu Watch Party Island. And if you play for 20 minutes, you get a loading screen.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's all my Star Wars housekeeping. If you watched Maul and you want a bit more, pick up Shadow of Maul. Issues 1 through 3 are out. Issue 4 is coming out next month. If you want a little bit more Brander Lawson, especially, they're very Brander Lawson heavy comics. It's a little prequel to the show. There's some other comics coming out. Galaxy's Edge, High Republic Adventures is coming out as well just next week. We'll be back to talk about Mandalorian and Grogu, of course, next week as well. Yay! All right, well, I think that was it. Do you have anything else?
Don't think so.
All right, well, thank you so much for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. Make sure to check us out on StarWarsGeekGirl.com. Vote in our polls, look at our articles, take our quizzes. You can also follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at SWGeekGirl, or the Facebook page is Star Wars Geek Girl.
For the Rogue Rebels, we got Rogue Rebels. My father is a Jedi on YouTube. Star Wars Kids, Lightsaber Academy. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Instagram and TikTok is at the Rogue Rebels. My dad and my mom went to the IMAX.
And Axel.
And Axel.
Yes, I sat next to Axel.
Mall thing and sorry, Mando and Grogu. So that's pretty cool. My dad put a bunch of pictures and stuff, and a bunch of videos on Instagram. So go like it, and support. My dad loves doing it for everyone. And Twitch is at Rogue Rebels. You can listen to us wherever you're listening to the Star Wars Geek Girls. And our Facebook page is the Rogue Rebels. And we have the RogueRebels.com. And our Blue Sky is at Rogue Rebels Fam. Yeah.
Yay! All right, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Let us know what you thought of Maul, and then we'll be back to talk The Mandalorian and Grogu after that movie comes out.
Yay!
Bye!